Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is a tabletop preparation session. What we are doing today is we are doing auditions for our new Digimon campaign being run with the SCAR system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. The system is available in open playtest on our Discord, as well as through itch.io. So do go check it out and let us know what you all think about this. For those that are auditioning, we'll be moving you all up one by one. You guys should be listening to the stream, but we'll be moving you up one by one to do your audition. You will be put into a scenario. Just go ahead and roleplay with whatever character you may come up with for it. It'll be fine, everyone. It'll be fine. But yeah, you'll roleplay out your reactions to the scenario as Matio describes. For now, though, I'll let Matio introduce himself.
Hey guys, my name's Matiorasu. I'm a red panda who does a whole bunch of gaming streams over on twitch.tv/Matiorasu, but I'm also a quite experienced DM. I've been playing Pathfinder for about a year now, D&D and its various forms for 7 or 8 years. And I run my own tabletop sessions over on my channel. Go check those out. Very excited to meet the cast, or the prospective cast for today. And thank you, Zim, for having me on.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we have, well, both fortunately and unfortunately, we have a lot of applicants and very limited slots. So unfortunately, we will not be able to take everybody. Even if you all do fantastic, it won't be anything personal if we decide to go with someone else. With this particular amount of applicants, we're probably going to do multiple rounds of auditions, ones that will include groups to see how people play together. Because, well, we want to make sure that we have a good, fleshed out group of people that get along well. But for now, let's go ahead and do the roll and see who we are starting with. Oh, this is fantastic.
Who have we got first?
Up first, we have Ren.
Oh, hello. Hello. I'm Ren.
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Well, hello, I'm Ren, the Breezel. Not sure how we're gonna do this exactly. As for my character,
You don't have to have your character fully fleshed out for the record.
Okay. I'll just call him Ren for now. But he joined the military when he saw that he could transform into a Digimon for helping out more, and he's very interested in that. And that's all I will say for now.
Whether that does fit with the lore or not, that'll be something to discuss later, but for now, that works for me.
Absolutely. We ready to begin?
Go ahead and set the scene, Maddie.
Wonderful. Ren, after weeks of preparation, physical tests, physical training, you're finally on the grand stage, or at least that's what they called it. In truth, it's more of an elevator, a very small, enclosed elevator dimly lit by a fluorescent light just above your head, rolling seemingly endlessly to a place you've not been yet. Mirror Pool headquarters. As you stand in the elevator, you ponder the events that brought you to this place, what came before, what may come next. Soon enough, though, the doors open, and before you stands a tall, lanky fellow. Dirty blonde hair, wearing a mix of pseudo-urban attire, think cargo pants and a graphic tee, along with a mishmash of assembled tactical equipment. He regards you with a smile and a wave.
Ren waves back as he smiled nervously, but walked up to him and gave a small bow. Oh, hello.
Hi there. You must be the new guy.
Yes, I am.
Delightful. My name's Davis, Corporal Davis, Jacob Davis. You can call me Jacob.
Okay, good. I was like, how should I name you? So what's my next step right now?
Well, today we're going to be putting you through a somewhat guided training. So, first, I'm your proctor. I'm not allowed to help you with any of the puzzles or, any of the training you'll receive here, but your partner, he says, gesturing to a blank section of wall, which extrudes and separates, revealing...
The very large Doberman strides out, going over to Ren, giving him a sniff, pacing around him. So, this is the new blood?
Blood?
Don't mind him. He can be a little intimidating. Come on, show him your human form. Maybe ease up a little bit.
Fine. As he will change to a tall, red-headed human.
Oh.
Still very much towering over you, though.
As Ren still looks up, that's pretty cool.
So,
oh, sorry, good.
Go ahead.
Oh, do we all get a new form like that?
Eventually.
If you earn
Maybe.
it, meat.
As Ren make a little squeak noise, hearing that. Yes, sir.
Not just that, you'll also get a sick code name, but more on that later. For now, let's just proceed with the test, shall we?
Yes, sir.
He presses a button on the Digivice strapped to his wrist, and his own form begins to change somewhat. His legs become longer, spindlier, very similar to the pedipalps of an arachnid. Though the change stops seemingly at the legs as he strides on over to a nearby wall, pressing a 4 pedipalp to it. It extrudes and splits just as it did before to introduce Asher. Proceed on to the next room. I'll guide you from there over the loudspeakers.
Yes, sir. As Ren eyes just look at Davis, right?
Yeah.
Davis's new form in wonder and curiosity while he walks to the next room.
Jacob will give Asher a pat on the shoulder as he passes and say, "Please don't break the new one."
They gotta be ready for what they're gonna see out there.
And with that, Jacob will disappear behind the wall as the door closes behind you. A section of floor recesses somewhat, and then disappears further and further and further down as a faint yellow glow begins to emanate between you and the other side of the room. The loudspeakers hum to life as Jacob, from somewhere unseen, announces, So, this is the practical problem-solving test. On the floor in front of you is a candle. This is all you have to cross the path in front of you. Well, this and your ingenuity. You may have noticed that the impasse you're met with here is a bit too far to leap or, well, do anything with, really. But I trust you can figure it out with the help of your partner and a little bit of creativity. Good luck, Ren.
Partner?
Asher just leans in close. I'm right here.
Oh. Hey, yeah, sure. Okay, I guess you're my partner for this?
That is Sergeant to you.
Sergeant, yes sir. As Ren picks up the candle and looks around the area real quick while trying to guide the candle, moving back and forth to see if it can see anything beyond my view.
All right. You pick up a white-stemmed, black-wicked candle, seemingly having been burned before, but not lit in this moment. It seems you'll have to find a way to light it.
Sergeant,
Yes?
can you light this candle?
Rule number 1. Make sure you have tools with you. As he'll pull out a lighter.
Sorry about that, Sergeant. As he brings the candle towards Asher.
He will light it.
All right. As the wick of the candle finally catches, a blue flame is lit at the top of this candle, and the area it illuminates is, well, about what you'd expect from a candle. However, the area around you illuminated by this blue flame is spotty. Bits of white glow on the floor beneath you. No particular pattern, just as if some material had been splattered all about. What do you do?
Can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry.
Sure, I can probably also describe it better. When the candle finally does catch, it emits a blue flame, illuminating a small area around you. In the illumination that you can see, there are flecks of white dotting the floor.
Rand will try to dip his foot in one of the white areas to see if it's actually able to touch it or just go through it.
All right. You press your foot against the floor where the white spots lay. It would seem that this fluid, whatever it is that's causing the floor to glow like this, is still wet. You're able to smear it around with your foot.
Rand will try to see if he can go a bit deeper. And no.
Sorry, to go deeper into the fluid?
Yeah.
Okay. It would seem that... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Good. I was gonna say, like, and if so, can he just... If he touches the ground in the fluid, can he walk towards the next area?
All right. Your foot touches the fluid, and as you attempt to push yourself deeper into it, you find only the hard, unforgiving floor.
So it's walkable then.
Only in as much as the floor is.
Can Ren move forward with that, or no?
How do you mean?
You said it's fluid.
That's right.
Is a white light going towards the next area, or no?
It's not.
It's not, okay. I turn around and look at Asher once more. Sergeant, is there any hints you can give me?
Well, the point of this is for you to figure this out on your own. It would reflect poorly if I were to give hints. But if you want, I suppose I could.
That would be grateful. Even though I am supposed to learn by myself, I always find out that helping each other out would be more beneficial in the long run.
Fair enough. Well then, there are a lot of liquids that are flammable. Perhaps this one is.
Ren puts his foot out, shakes it a bit to make sure almost all the liquid is gone, and dip the candle into the white fluid. Slowly.
All right. As you lower the flame of the candle to the fluid, it does catch, and as the flame transposes itself from one puddle to another, it slowly makes a beeline for the left side of the room, and then extends across the pathway over an unseen path.
So can I see where the exit is now?
Oh, you've always been able to see the exit. It's just
Okay.
across the room.
Yeah, can I see the direction towards the exit now? I should put in.
Yes. The flame appears to be guiding you towards a walkable path that you couldn't see before.
Got it. I look back at the sergeant and give a small bow again. Thank you, sergeant. That was really helpful. As I start walking towards the exit now.
I would probably recommend you perhaps grab a rag and clean off your boot there before walking near the fire.
True. As Ren grabs a rag that's on the floor and make sure it's all cleaned out on the foot that he dipped in before walking towards the exit.
All right. As you step through the exit to the first room, a small simulated bell chimes above your head. The speakers hum to life as Jacob, again from somewhere unseen, says, "Good job, Private. Wonderful job on the first test. And thank you, Asher, for your assistance. Now, I'm going to need the two of you to split up. Ren, please enter the room on your left. Asher, the room on your right."
Asher will march to over there.
And Ren would do the same of where he needs to go.
All right. As you enter the room, Ren, before you is a small wooden case aligned with beautiful blue patchwork, almost like a quilt pattern. The corners embossed gold. The loudspeakers hum to life as Jacob says, "All right, Private. I've got to say we're impressed with your work so far. In fact, we want to offer you a certain perk. Trouble is, we can't exactly go giving out power willy-nilly, so you're going to play a zero-sum game. If you open this chest, you will immediately obtain your Digiform. However, we will have to supplant this power with that of Asher. Let me be clear, if you take your Digiform, Asher will lose their own. Make your choice.
Ren would think this internally as he wonders that this could be his chance. He has been looking for this for a bit as he joined the military. But he knows that he should earn it the right way. And voices out, no, I would not do that.
Understood. Please proceed to the next room.
And Ren does that. Walks to the next room.
All right. In the next room, you are reunited with Asher. Presumably, still has access to his Digiform. Another simulated bell chime from above your head as Jacob speaks. Good job, Private. Congratulations on passing your second scenario. Please proceed to the proceed to the final room.
Yes, sir. As he walks towards the next room with Asher now.
Yep.
All right. Let me wait for word from the director here. Okay. All right. As you approach the final room, a very highly technical looking device lay partially disassembled before you, along with a page with diagrams, inscriptions, seemingly part of an instruction. Jacob will say before you, this last bit is a practical test. Here's the situation. You've found the rift that's letting the enemy into your area. However, the device you need to close it is busted. Simulated projections of enemies will be appearing before you. One of you must deal with those. The other needs to fix the device and close the rift. Please decide who will be filling which role now.
Sergeant, how good are you tinkering with the device?
I am very well proficient with both.
Rain quickly thinks of what he can do right now with his own personal experience, and he himself nods and said, I would try to fix the device while Sergeant would defend me.
Very well. Let the simulation begin, he says, as projections of Digimon appear before you and Asher, and with decent pace begin running in your direction.
And Ren quickly moved to where device is and the instructions, as he's very good to understanding if he has the instructions with him, able to tinker back to repair device. Not too quickly, but in a decent pace where he knows he wouldn't mess up. Because he loves tinkering things around on his own home, so this is his jam per se.
All right.
Asher, for his part, is grinning wide as he takes on his digiform and stands guard behind Rain. Or Ren.
All right. Ren, before you on the disassembled Digivice are two halves, one with a set of wires that are plugged in on one side and unplugged on another. The other, a set of buttons that seem to be blinking in a pattern. Which do you delve into first?
I delve into the wires first, as I feel like that's more important to get that connection ready. As
Okay.
he flipped through the instructions to see where that could be at.
All right. It would seem whoever had written these instructions had very little care for the readability. They're kind of archaic and written in a technical jargon. For instance, connect the first alphanumeric character to the first Arabic numeral. Before you is a red wire connected to the letter A, a blue wire connected to the letter B, and a green wire connected to the letter C. On the other side are the letters 3, 1, and 2 in that order.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Okay. The instructions say, connect the alphanumeric character to the Arabic numeral. Red wire A, blue wire B, green wire C. On the other side, where the wires may go, are the numbers 3, 1, and 2 in that order.
As Ren looks at this, thinking about how this would make sense, he decided to go with red A and connect it to 1. Blue B connected to 2. And green C connected to 3.
All right. That half of the device seems to indicate a correct answer by a light green LED on the left side. It would seem this part is ready to be connected to its other half.
Ren grins happily when he saw that and moved to the next scene that needs to be fixed.
There's an explosion behind you as Asher appears off to your side before jumping back behind you.
Ren looks up with wide eyes, like, oh god, okay, yeah,
Stay
okay,
focused!
Yes, Sergeant. As he went back to the device.
All right. The buttons before you are 3 all white blinking buttons, also labeled with letters A, B, C, and D. They're blinking. Well, I'll tell you the order in just a moment. First, you read the instructions.
Ren quickly glances at the instructions to see what I need to do about this.
All right.
As he tries to pace himself to not go too fast.
The instructions read, the bezel buttons will need to be pressed in the supplementary order in which they flash. No clarification.
Okay.
The buttons are flashing in the order 3, 1, 4.
Kaboom!
Okay. Focus. As Ren hears a loud bang. Is everything alright, Sergeant?
Perfectly fine, just get it done.
Yes, sir.
As your
Okay,
eyes
right.
are drawn back to the buttons, the order again is 3, 1, 4, and 2.
Okay. Let's try this. I'm gonna hit B first, then D, then A, and finally C.
A similar LED on the other half of the device glows green, indicating a successful input. The device is now ready to be assembled.
And Ren quickly tries to assemble it as fast as he can, as he does not look up to see what's going on in front of him.
Well, it's
Or
more
back of him,
behind, but you're
behind me.
getting something very large and heavy crashing into you.
Ren looks up quickly, wide-eyed, grabs the device, and quickly dodge to the left as fast as he can.
Is it ready yet?
Almost, Sergeant. And then Ren starts to assemble it once more.
All right. Once the pieces are all in place, the device begins to hum loudly, spinning up internally until the big red button begins to glow. There is
And
no instruction for this part.
Ren just immediately pushed that red button.
All right. The moment you press the button, a blue wave of energy expands outward, closing the simulated rift before you. The speakers hum to life as Jacob calls. Good work, Private. You've solved your last puzzle. Please, proceed to the final room for debrief.
Oh, thank God. Where do you want me the Digivice to be at?
Just leave it in that room, Private.
Yes, sir. As he puts down the device and looks up at where Sergeant is.
He told you to get over there.
Yes, sir. As he walks up to the next room.
All right. That will conclude your audition. How you feel, Ren?
Nervous, to be honest. Why? Why did that be me first?
I guess your bad luck works in different ways as well.
Oh my God! I hope I did good though. I really do.
We will let you know the results.
Thank you, and thank you for your having me here.
You are free to go off do whatever you would like.
All right.
And next up...
Thank you, Cosmo, for the bits.
Welcome on in, Azure.
Hello.
Feel free to introduce yourself.
I am Azure Dragon, or just Azure. Should I introduce my character, or?
Go for it.
I mean, their name is Wyatt, and they are they were athletic, they're, family oriented, and they have, like, you know, something to fight for.
All right. Well, welcome in. Good luck. Go ahead, Maddie.
All right, Wyatt. You find yourself on the grand stage, the final test to be passed before you enter Mirror Pool proper, as the elevator takes you down and down and down. The doors finally open before you. A rather hefty looking woman with tools on either side of her and a very utilitarian belt. Her dress otherwise seems more suited to very cold weather. Long white hair cascades down her back. She gives you a smirk and waves you over.
Wyatt will walk up to the woman, give a nod of acknowledgement.
Wyatt.
Yes.
Kon iksoba tonamik.
I beg your pardon?
She lets out a brief sigh and says, Español?
I speak English.
Francais?
Un peu.
She hangs her head and raises her hand, gesturing towards a nearby wall where you are met with... Sorry, the wall recedes from... Sorry, a door recedes from the wall, opens, and you are met with...
Once again, Asher is in his Doberman form. Going out, and just like with the previous recruit, circles around the new one, sniffing at him, eyeing him up and down.
Wyatt's eyes do not leave the creature, but he doesn't make any sudden moves or actively look nervous.
He is standing about 9 feet tall, kind of looking down at you. Large, quadrupedal, wolf-like creature. And he leans in close. Well, at least you've got balls on you, I suppose.
Asher, the woman calls. No scare. Protect. Guide. Succeed.
Yes, I know.
She then turns back towards Wyatt. You win game. You be agent.
Okay. So what is the game?
She steps to the side and gestures towards another wall, which itself recesses, opens, revealing another room.
Wyatt looks to the creature and looks to her, and then asks, so I should go in?
She did rather gesture for you to go.
Very well. And then he will march in.
All right. The interior of this room is not unlike the cold, barren walls you were just surrounded by, with one notable difference. The entire floor is laid out like a checkerboard. Similar in proportion and dimensions. Across the room from you is a perfect recreation hologram of yourself. And as you step onto the first square on the board before you, your hologram does the same. Loudspeakers on either side of the room begin to hum, and then a faint tapping is heard over them. Good, good. Proceed with game. Do not touch you. Good luck.
All right. Well, first, Wyatt is going to get a good look at the copy of himself and move an arm, move a leg, see how if it mimics him.
And it does, as though there were a mirror at the midpoint of the room.
He steps forward one tile.
As does your reflection.
And it's just a checkerboard, right?
That's right.
Is there anything else? Any other indication of like is there any other pieces on the board?
Just one, in the form of Asher, who exists only on your side of the room.
Hmm.
Asher is just sitting there, waiting.
I don't suppose you could tell me how this game works.
He shakes his head. There are many times in the field where you won't know what's going on, or how to solve it. That is what this is to test.
So White's gonna walk up to the midpoint, I assume, is where he would like run into his mirror. But he's not gonna like touch it or anything. He's just trying to find the exact like point where he would if he crossed it.
Okay. As you approach the center of the room, you find that it was very methodically laid out so that the border between you and your reflection is centered perfectly in the middle of the board. If you step off the white tile and onto the black one, you will be touching your projection. Or rather, we'll have to pass through it.
White's gonna then turn away from his projection and go towards Asher, as he's the only other thing on his side of the board.
All right. You approach Asher.
The
I don't
large wolf
suppose you
just
could-
looks down at you. Did you
I
say...
don't suppose you could carry me across.
He looks at you with an incredulous look.
Well, you're the only thing on this side of the board that isn't on the other side.
I suppose I must go with your plan. He will sigh and stand up. Get on.
Wyatt will climb the wolf nimbly.
He is definitely not going to make it easy by lowering down.
Oh, of course not. That would be injurious to his pride. But
Oh,
yes,
it's all-
White climbs up onto the wolf and keeps an eye on his mirror as he does this.
All right. You find that your mirror does not experience the same change in elevation you do. While it does mimic your movements, it does not leave the chessboard.
So the mimic looks like it's sitting.
That's right. It looks like it is sitting clipped into the ground.
So what now? You want me to just walk across?
That is the idea, yes.
He will proceed across.
All right. As you pass the midpoint of the room, you clear your projection by about a foot. And you are now free to approach the exit.
Wyatt will descend from Asher. Try, like, climbing down, not just jumping off. And he will walk to step onto the board, the far side of where his side was. The very end. Like a pawn promoting.
As you step onto the final square before the exit, your projection dissipates, and you hear a small chime from somewhere above your head. Good job, Wyatt. Proceed.
Will turn, wave to Asher, and proceed through the door.
All right. As you proceed into the next room, it is divided at kind of a Y split. Next, you split up. One person left, one person right. Right, very hard challenge. Left, very thinky challenge.
He will go to the difficult challenge because he's more athletic than he is academic.
Asher will go to the other one.
All right. You enter the room to your challenge, Wyatt, and are met with a simple hanging bar. Not too dissimilar from anything you saw in your physical training. The loudspeakers hum to life once more. Challenge is simple. Hang from bar 1 minute. Do not touch floor.
Okay, well, Wyatt will wipe his hands on his pants to, like, dry them off. Because as much as he's keeping his face, this is a slightly nerve-wracking. And he will, looking up at the bar, gauge the distance and leap up to grab it.
All right. As you leap up and grab the bar, a timer abruptly descends from the ceiling, showing 1 minute and counting down. 5 seconds pass. No trouble. 10 seconds pass. No trouble. At around the 15-second mark, a door to the left side opens, and a man dressed in a very official-looking getup steps in. Oh, howdy. You must be the new recruit.
Sure, he says, not looking over, focusing on holding the bar.
He reaches up to the timer and presses a button on the side, stopping it. Why don't you come down from there? Just talk to me for a second.
Wyatt, this time, like, stone grinding, turns to him, looks at him, and then doesn't let go, just turns back and focuses on holding the bar.
Oh, I see. Maybe you need more of a reason. See, my name's Ryan Castillo. I'm actually going to be the head of your platoon once you graduate the academy, and really now I'm going to need you to step down from there.
Wyatt doesn't pay him any mind and continues holding on to the bar.
He lets out a low growl, steps in front of you, and within inches of your face says, "Hey, are you listening? I'm talking to you."
I am listening, and when I entered this room, they told me, hold the bar for 1 minute and do not touch the floor. I am not going to stop doing that until that task is complete. If you need to talk to me, you can do it from right there.
The man growls and presses a button on a digivice mounted to his left wrist. His left arm turns to a large blade, which he then presses to the side of the bar with an audible thunk. And what if I decide you don't deserve to graduate? Huh? What if I bring your little initiation to an end right here?
Then that is how it is, I suppose.
All right. With this, he lets out a loud roar and swings his blade in your direction.
Wyatt does not let go of the bar and just faces down the blade unwaveringly.
All right. As the blade comes nearer and nearer, the tension grows. But the gigantic blade stops within a half inch of your face as a bell chimes above your head. Good job, recruit. No deception, no intimidation. Good job. The man returns to his normal human form, puts on a smile and a nod, and says, "You done well. Good job, kid."
Now, I have to ask, in this time, did Wyatt count out about a minute?
Yes.
Okay, then he will let go of the bar and drop down.
All right. You touch the ground, and nothing of note happens. It would seem you have indeed sufficiently passed this trial. The man says, "Go into the next room. Enoch will be ready with your reward."
Alrighty then. And Wyatt marches on to the next room, giving the man a nod before doing so.
And that will be the end of your audition. How do you feel you did?
Okay, hopefully?
Sorry for the disparity in time. Zim and I only talked about how long these should be after we started with Ren. So,
we have a lot of
don't worry about
applicants
that.
to get through, but yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
It was fun.
Yeah. Good running for you.
We will let you know our decisions later.
Very well.
For now, you're free to go off and do whatever you would like.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the waiting room.
I guess that's what everybody else is, or at least Ren's doing. I kind of expected him to, head off, but okay. Oh, well. Let's see who's up next.
Let me go ahead and be ready to note down the start time this go around.
Sure thing.
All right, I'm good.
Welcome on in, Merle.
Hello.
Hi, Merle.
go ahead and introduce yourself for everyone.
I am Merle, and I am trying out for the Maddie game.
Merlemon. Are you going to do that with everyone, Ido?
I think so.
Well, go ahead and introduce your character a little bit.
I haven't narrowed it down. I mean, I've got it narrowed down to a few choices, but I think I'll just be Merle for this little audition.
Sounds good. Yeah, you don't have to have your character fully fleshed out. Just a basic idea of what you're auditioning with, so.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead, Maddie.
All right. Merle, you find yourself on a very swift ride up an elevator to the grandest stage of them all just before entering the mirror pool proper. You have been given one final test. Today, you are to meet with a proctor who will give you your final exams, so to speak. Forgive me if these descriptions get less detailed as time goes on. But the door opens to reveal on the other side a fair-skinned woman with long braided brown hair. She wears a very urban style outfit. Not much one for any tassels or tools or equipment, even. She gives you a nod and very gently taps her chest twice with a closed fist. Come on, recruit. We haven't got all day.
Lead the way.
She'll extend a hand to you and say, "My name's Tori Benavides. I'll be your proctor for today. And you'll be moving forward with a partner into the next tests," she says, waving on Asher, who was already in the room, as opposed to last time.
I shake the hand extended to me. I am Merle. And looks over at Asher and is like, "Greetings."
This time he's in his human form. He gives you a bit of a sniff. More of one of derision. So, you think you've got what it takes?
Well, that's what we're here to find out, isn't it?
I suppose we are. You may call me Sergeant.
Very well, Sergeant.
Well, now that we've got all that out of the way, I suppose it's time we get on to your tests, yes?
Let's.
All right. On to the first room, if you will, she says, opening the door to the next corridor with you.
Merle will step through tentatively.
Try not to be too rough on him this time, Asher. You almost killed the last one.
No promises. As he gives a very toothy grin at Merle.
Oh dear.
All right. As you reach the first room, you'll hear the faint whine of the loudspeakers as they slowly draw closer to the edge of sensible instruction. However, what does come through is a very, very garbled mess of static, distortion, and few words. The words you are able to make out are as follows. tools, cross path, don't attack. This is all you have to go on, as the majority of the floor between you and the other end of the room recedes downward, creating a very, very, very high fall. Then, in front of the two of you, drop two guns, crossbow type weapons, fitted with grappling hooks.
We'll look around the room, seeing if there's any hooks or anything to see if there's something to attach the grappling hook to see if we could swing to the other side or create a bridge of some sort.
All right. Having a look at the ground beneath your feet, it feels very chalky in texture. It seems like the grappling hook, if fired, would stick to the ground here, no problem.
Merle will experiment and see if maybe test the ground with his foot first before firing the grappling hook.
All right. What are you testing the ground for?
Testing it to see if, because judging from the words that Merle heard through the loudspeaker, it's almost as if maybe sticking the grappling hook into the ground may not be the best idea. So he's trying to see if the floor is actually like a creature of some sort.
All right. Close observation of the ground as you test it gently reveals no such thing. It would seem you are indeed just standing on a bit of particularly well-designed floor.
Okay. So now Merle is going to attempt to fire the grappling hook to the other side of the room to create some sort of bridge to tap wire or to, tight rope across to the other side.
Sorry, I took a moment to address my chat and missed the first part of that.
Merle's gonna fire the grappling hook to the other side of the room and try to walk across the rope like a tight rope.
Okay. You fire the hook to the other side of the room, and it effectively embeds itself in the ground across from you, sending a plume of powder into the air. Then the weapon reels its coil back, creating a very, very tight rope for you to walk upon. Once planted, it will serve as a tightrope.
Groovy. Merle will start to walk across.
All right. The moment you set foot on the rope, bright red lights flash from either side of the room as projections of Digimon step forward. Each of them wields a cannon on their right arm and aims directly to the space across from them and begins firing in a repetitive pattern.
Okay. Merle will stop for a second and see if he can analyze the pattern and try to get across while they are not firing. If he can find the pattern.
All right. The pattern is fairly simple. very rhythmic, about a second between each shot, and the shots fly quickly, so it seems like a pretty straightforward challenge.
You did mention there were two crossbows, right?
That's right.
Asher's going to just kind of be standing there watching.
Sergeant, are you not gonna come across with me?
Well, I could, but this is mostly your puzzle to solve. Though there is that second crossbow there.
I figured that was for you.
Well, technically speaking, we only need one.
Hmm. Merle ponders this, though he's already on the tightrope already. So he'll grab it as a fallback position in case he falls off. And then shall continue analyzing the pattern and then making his way across the room to the other side.
All right. The pattern, very predictable, very simple. You find your way across it with great ease. As you step back onto solid ground at the other side of the room, you seem to have completed your challenge. At least with the information that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Asher will follow Merle.
Merle will be standing by with the other crossbow in case it's needed.
As Asher begins to cross the tightrope, the rope visibly begins to bow under their weight. The clasps to the tightrope beginning to flex inward, as if threatening to pull out from the ground beneath him.
Merle will immediately see this and fire the second crossbow across from the other to try to distribute Asher's weight between the two.
Asher will give a smile, a toothy one, and distribute his weight between the two ropes.
All right. Asher, you, with similar ease to Merle, will cross the ropes and now stand beside the exit.
Whew, that was a close one, Sarge. I guess on to the next room.
It's Sergeant. But yes.
My apologies, Sergeant. And Merle will proceed to the next room.
All right. As you cross the threshold into the next room, a loud, jarring buzzer will sound, along with all of the lighting in the room dimming to a foul red. The loudspeaker will hum back to life again, a bit distorted, before suddenly snapping into crystal clarity. Oh, shit. Uh, Sorry. Looks like this thing's on the fritz again. What you were supposed to do was to cross the path, taking out all of your attackers. Tell you what, just proceed on to the final room. I'll tell the clerics what the issue was.
Oh, dang. Merle kind of looks
Typical
down.
military. Don't worry about it. If we ever actually got stuff that worked, I would be able to retire.
I guess that's right, Sergeant. Well, anyway, let's proceed.
All right. That will be the end of this audition. How do you feel you did, Merle?
I think I did okay.
Wonderful. Yeah, definitely super fun running for you. And I look forward to comparing notes with Zim later.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Whether or not I make it or not, this was fun.
Thank you for joining. You are free to go off and do whatever you would like.
Okie dokie. See ya.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see who's up on next. Are we missing an applicant in there?
Are we? Were we missing Gib Gap earlier?
Oh, apparently Werny decided to drop out. Well, okay.
Fair enough.
All right, well, next up, hello there. Welcome on in, Burb. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Sorry about that. My name is I'm Yuki. Excited to be here. My God damn it! Are my headphones working?
No, you're coming through. All right, well, why don't you go ahead and introduce the like I said before with the others, the little basics of your character.
He's a medical student looking to contribute more to society while still trying to keep his studies intact.
Interesting. Well then, go ahead, Maddie.
All right. The elevator leading to the grand stage of the training grounds of Mirror Pool leads you downward into the facility where you will be proctored. When the door opens, you are met with a short, stocky, non-human thing. It looks up at you with a squat, furry face, its eyes drawn back in a nearly grotesque-looking squint, and its ears pressed back to its head like a very angry feline. It doesn't seem to regard you at all as the doors open.
I would approach the proctor and wait to be addressed.
Yeah. Yeah. You must be the new guy, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now we hear you got a medical background, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Then no, sir. I like you, kid. You're gonna make it far in this business. Now, before we proceed, I gotta introduce you to your new pal,
He says, looking up at the ceiling.
I also look up at the ceiling.
I guess Asher is descending from the ceiling like an angel. An angel of death.
Little did you know I'm also testing you, Zim. All right, back to the audition.
Yeah, this is gonna be your partner for this test. You can do whatever you need to do with regards to them. Just don't hurt them, and make it out in one piece, and you pass.
Sir, yes, sir.
Now, get along. We ain't got much time.
He says, pressing a button on a desk before him, which opens the door to the next room.
Asher
Yuki would
is Asher is in his Doberman form, about 9 feet tall, wolf-like creature. I am Sergeant. You can refer to me as that. Carry on.
Yes, Sergeant. I would enter the first room that's been provided to me.
All right. The walls of this stone room are covered near floor to ceiling with projected biomatter. It's not unlike the kind of thing you would see in the most grotesque recreation of a medical scene you've ever been in. To a normal man, it would be downright traumatic, but you've been here before. The loudspeakers will come on, and your proctor's voice emerges.
So, here's the sitch. In front of you is going to be a projection of a creature. This creature is a known enemy of Mirapool. And this creature knows the code to escape this room. You are tasked with extracting it, while also dealing with any injuries the creature may have in accordance with your own, Hippocratic oath. In other words, you are not to torture the fellow. Do whatever means necessary, but do not harm him. Understood?
Understood.
Your test begins now.
And with that, the loudspeakers shut off, and there's a projection of a wounded-looking Digimon laying on the floor. It looks asymmetrical, missing both an arm and a leg.
I would start by performing a visual analysis on the creature before asking it any questions about its medical condition.
All right. The creature looks visibly distraught, not uncommon for a creature that's experiencing shock. Also, it looks at you, regarding you and Asher in particular, with an untrusting gaze, its eyes flicking between you and itself.
Do you have a name?
You don't need to know my name.
My name is Yuki and I'm here to treat you. Will you allow me to do so?
Fat chance. You Mirapool punks are all the same.
I am but a mere applicant. I do not have the title of agent yet.
Whatever. Do what you're gonna do.
Permission to approach you.
Fine.
Yuki will slowly approach the creature and do a visual exam of any details that he may have missed.
All right. As you begin to approach the creature, it reaches behind itself, producing a two-pronged device crackling with electricity. It would appear this thing means you harm.
I'm
I
here
would
to
take
do
out a small
whatever
bottle
you.
of painkillers and offer to the creature in exchange for not using the device.
I am here to do whatever you would like me to do.
I don't want to risk angering it further.
Asher just nods.
All right. You say you offer painkillers to the thing?
Yes.
All right. And how are these presented? Loose pills, the bottle, what do you have?
The bottle.
Okay. The creature looks at the bottle, looks up at you, and draws the device back a little bit. Then places it flat on its chest, the device no longer crackling with electricity, then extends the hand back to you.
I put the bottle in the creature's hand.
All right. The creature retracts its arm, struggling with the child-safe lock, having but one arm to work with, but eventually does retrieve 2 of the pills, consumes them, and seems to relax. Sorry. Name's Kibo.
It's nice to meet you, Kibo. Is there any active bleeding I'm witnessing, or no?
There is no active bleeding, no.
I'm going to slowly approach and get out some medical supplies so I can clean the wounds.
All right. The creature watches you suspiciously as you pull out your supplies, but makes no move for its device. Either your friendly presence or the rather intimidating one of Asher, keeping him docile for now.
This may sting a little.
The creature nods and presents its arm, presents where an arm used to be to you.
I take care to clean and bandage the stump.
All right. The creature tenses at many points during this operation, but thankfully seems to not be growing any more hostile at this time.
I would do the same thing with its leg stump next.
All right. With both wounds cleansed and bandaged, the creature regards you with less hostility and more simple contempt. As he looks upon you, he says, thanks. So, what are you really here for?
I need the code that you have.
Figures. Nothing nice for
Would you like
nothing, eh?
Would you like to keep the bottle of painkillers in exchange for it?
The code's worth more to me than painkillers, son.
What can I do to earn your trust then?
It's not about trust. Giving up the details on that code is a direct violation of my ROE. You're an agent. You understand there's information I have to keep from you.
Right now I'm a medic. I don't identify as an agent, and currently am not an agent.
It doesn't matter who you are. I couldn't give it to a civilian if I wanted to.
Do you have any other things that you need tended to?
The creature pauses for a moment, thinking on what you just said, looking up at Asher, then very swiftly flicking its gaze back to you. Do you have something for shortness of breath?
Yes. I rummage around my bag and pull out another container, and I open it for the creature.
The creature reaches forth to the container. And retrieves more of its, more medication. Takes it and says, "That's good. Feel myself getting a little more calm already." What's your friend's
Mind if-
name?
Sergeant.
Sergeant. I wasn't asking about his class, friend. What's his name?
That's what he told me to address him as.
My name is
Creature.
Asher.
Asher. Right. Asher, you look a little more grizzled than this kid. What do you do?
I train the new recruits. Make sure they're ready for whatever may come.
And you still haven't taught him the value of intimidation yet? You're too soft for this line of work, kid.
Perhaps.
Why do I need to intimidate you? Clearly, if I tried, you could just easily maul me. There are times when intimidation may seem like a viable option, but that would also be in violation of my oath. Do no harm doesn't mean just physical. Psychological harm still is in play.
You know your stuff. Still, I'm not leaving here alive. You'll just take me back to Mirrorpool. I'll be interrogated and likely killed. I know that as well as you do.
I turn to Asher. Is there a way we can provide him safe haven?
He is an enemy of Mirrorpool. We do not negotiate with them.
So you're saying that there's been no defectors from our enemies?
Is he looking to defect?
I turn to the Digimon.
Digimon's
be
eyes. Sorry, go ahead.
Would you be interested in joining?
The Digimon's eyes scan yours with suspicion, then glance back to Asher, then yours again. They say nothing at this time.
My theory is that you've already been compromised. Going back may just be a death sentence.
Creature focuses its gaze elsewhere in the room, seeming to think for a moment before saying, I guess you're right. But what then? It's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows when you take me back?
Nothing's ever that easy. But that's what makes life worth living. Every challenge is a new goal to meet.
84065.
Thank you. I go over and input the code.
All right. Just then, the simulated creature will dissipate from the floor, and a chime will play from somewhere above your head.
Yeah, great job, recruit. Go ahead and pass on through.
I'll be waiting for you on the other side.
I wait for Asher and I go with him through the door.
Asher will proceed.
All right. That's going to be the end of this audition. How do you feel, Merle?
That's on Merle.
Whoops. Sorry. How do you feel, Burb? Yuki?
That I'm thankful I've been playing games like this for a long time.
I could tell. Your application shows a lot of experience.
And I like playing medic.
Yeah. Thank you for your audition. I definitely looking forward to this discussion with Sim as well.
Yep, you are free to go do whatever you would like.
Thank you for letting me apply.
Thank you for joining.
I'm so sorry, Merle. And of course, sorry to you as well, Yuki.
You're good.
We're auditioning a lot of people today.
Well, to be fair, what happened was I was looking at my notes on Merle while I said that, like just comparing data points, and got confused. Sorry.
Should I hop back in the waiting room?
If you would like, or you can head off. Honestly, not sure why everybody keeps going back to the waiting room, but not required to.
It's something to do before dinner.
Hey, Zim, since we have one less applicant than before, do I have time to disassemble an instrument I put together when I thought I was doing karaoke today?
We got about 2 hours left and 5 more applicants, so yeah, you got a bit of time.
Okay. It'll be 3-4 minutes tops.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we can take a small break.
Be right back.
In the meantime, let's see who is up next. All right. Got a 6 on the first roll, and well, we only have 5 applicants left, so. Also, yeah, I switched up the. I brought up the fishies because, you know, people are. Or Conrad had to go, so. Figured I'd give you guys something to look at. Yeah, we have a lot of very good auditions so far. Gonna be very interesting to figure out who we keep and who we don't. I am very much not looking forward to that.
Oh, hello, gamers. I return.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Brian.
Hi, how are you
Noted,
doing?
breaks upon entering voice.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling the nerves, okay?
Subject to nerves, noting that down.
So, with your blessings, I'd like to give them a very, very different test than I've given everyone else because I kind of already know what Brian's like as a player.
Go for it.
Awesome. So, Brian, forget SCAR, forget the setting. I'm going to put you in a familiar scenario and in a situation that I have not seen you in yet. Just play as you normally would. This will serve as your audition.
Okay.
All right. Finn, the morning after James Oliveira's murder, you have been tasked with returning to Ollie's Speakeasy in the business district and recovering a set of files that that Celeste believes implicates you in the destruction of Jessica Malakov's warehouse. How do you proceed?
I would proceed being careful, making sure that if anyone was keeping an eye on me, that I would be able to slip out of their view. Make sure that I'm able to make it there in order to have the chance to destroy documents. That way, nobody can actually prove that I was there, so then I can continue helping my friends.
All right. So I take it you're headed to the business district, to Ollie's hideaway then?
Yes.
Wonderful. As you approach, there is still a crowd mulling about the exterior of the speakeasy. All about the streets, it seems people were still expecting the business to open today despite Oliveira's untimely end. What do you do?
First, I'd want to pay attention to where. I'm gonna try to see which side the group is more based off. Are they off on the main entrance? Because if so, I'd want to try to find another route in.
Yes, it does seem the majority of these people were prospective customers who are still waiting for the place to open. As such, they are hanging outside the front entrance.
Finn, or rather I, would go ahead try to see if I can sneak in through a different route. Whether it be through the back door or a window that for some reason wasn't locked.
Oh, all right. The great glass panes that line either side of the building, unfortunately, do not have latches or openings. You could shatter them, but this would be quite loud. Around back of the building is one of those stereotypical, speakeasy slats that you imagine will open from the inside. The kind that usually requires a password.
Finn's going to look back towards where the crowd is before going to the back, knocking on the door, seeing if anybody will open up.
All right, give me just a moment to confer with the committee here. All right. You have your notes, Asher. Proceed as you will.
Go ahead and repeat what you're doing there, Brian.
Finn's going to proceed towards the slat in order to try to get in. He's going to knock on the door.
The slat on the door opens. Two eyes glaring at you.
Hello.
It does not say anything.
Hello. I got told by Mr. Oliveira that I needed to come in and verify some documents.
No one enters.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I'm pretty sure you said no one enters, even though Mr. Oliveira wanted me specifically to
The slat
double
closes.
check. Oh, that sucks. Finn's just gonna look at the slat, just being like, huh, before heading over to the crowd. Looking
Before you
at
step
one of-
away, a latch clicks and the door opens a small inch. You see one eye looking at you.
Wondering what I'm gonna do?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, just wondering what you might perchance want to see me do. Or would you rather experience it?
Is this a threat?
Not as much as a threat, other than the fact being the revolution always stands, no matter what. Down with the 6, huh?
What is it you want?
As I said earlier, Mr. Oliveira just wanted me to go over some documents that he left out for me.
He told me no one enters.
I mean, I did see him over at the department of court, police department, which is obviously weird.
Especially because he's dead?
Ah, so the news did reach out. It's been rather sad if I had to tell. I mean, it'd be rather
Tell
sad if I
his
told
corpse?
Well, it'd be rather sad if I told the entire group out at the front entrance that he died and see what they do.
The door is going to close again. You hear chains rattling, and then the door opens all the way. Do what you're going to do.
Thank you. And Finn's gonna go ahead and enter the building, almost immediately paying attention to the person he passes in order to see who they are and try to make sure that they don't sneak up on him while he's going to try to find those documents.
He is following you after closing and locking the door.
Lovely.
He is a very large bear.
All right, Finn, you now have free reign, or as free as the bear man will let you have, of Oliveira's speakeasy. To your left is the stairwell that you presume leads up to his office.
Finn's gonna go ahead, head towards the staircase
Okay.
in order to go up to the office.
All right. You arrive at the end of the staircase, and while there is a door frame, there is no door leading into the office of James Oliveira. You find a very neat mahogany desk with several drawers, 2 of them locked, and the area is absolutely surrounded by windows. I'm sorry, one last thing. On a corkboard across the room, there are several business ledger pages that detail dealings with several maybe unrelated or maybe totally related parties.
Finn's gonna carefully move over towards the corkboard in order to see what the papers say. Of course, obviously, looking out the windows, making sure no prying eyes are looking straight up at the office.
All right. You have a look through the windows and find no prying eyes at the moment. As you approach the corkboard, you find that they are all indeed business ledgers, things that Oliveira took down specifically when money was to change hands.
Finn's gonna go ahead and look back at the desk, seeing whether or not he's able to open some of the drawers in order to try to find the paperwork that he needs to find.
All right. You find 2 unlocked drawers and 2 locked drawers.
Finn's gonna go ahead and start looking through the unlocked drawers, seeing whether or not either if the paperwork's there, if there's something else that he's able to find that might help him.
All right. In the paperwork before you, you find many, 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 many letters of stationery written to friends and family back home, as well as ink pens and ink wells. In the rightmost drawer, sorry, that first drawer was the left. In the rightmost drawer, you find a page date stamped 06/11/19. It details the beginning of the resistance and their vow to take on the Six.
The bear is going over and slamming the drawer shut, plucking the page from you. You said he left it out.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you look on the desk and everything, you're probably not going to find it. He probably hid it before he died or was taken.
In the desk is not left out.
I was told it would be left out. I have no idea what he would do with it.
What are you getting?
I was told by Mr. Oliveira himself to destroy any documentation proving my group, my friends, myself, even himself, at the site of the explosion of the warehouse.
He will grunt, but step back.
Now, would you by any chance have the keys to these other two drawers or no?
You are not getting in those.
Even if the documentation was in there and the police show up knowing that they'd have a warrant into there?
You said what you were here for would be left out.
I was told to destroy the documents. I have no idea what he did with them after or
More
probably.
lies!
I'm not lying.
You lied about talking to him at the police station.
No, I just said that I saw him there. I never talked to him. I watched him get shot. I mean, if you want to get revenge for your boss, I can tell you exactly who it was. Not that you'll get far because they're under the 6 protection.
If these things are so important, then why don't you just set fire to everything?
Well, because one of my friends might want to buy this place before one of the 6 does. Keeping it out of the 6 control.
Sounds like Brian was interrupted by someone at his place of work. Let's give him a second.
He's at work?
No, I'm not. I'm at home.
Whoops. I thought I heard a voice in the background and then you suddenly stopped talking.
Oh, I was so confused.
Yeah, I thought you were like at the barracks or something. My bad.
No, I drove home, but eh. I mean, I would burn this place down, but knowing what one of my friend's plans might be of buying this place and keeping it out of the 6's control, I'm pretty sure burning this place down would be the last thing on that list.
How do I know you're not just some looter?
Because to be fair, if I was a looter, I would have broken through the window, scared off the crowd, anything like that. But
no,
I know
because
destroying
that would have drawn in the police.
I mean, to be fair, I'd be a poor looter.
And how do I know you're not working for the 6?
To be fair, I'd rather die than work with them, knowing what they did to one of my friends.
Talk's cheap.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm not working with the 6. However, I'm working for a... I am currently not working for the 6. We're against the 6 right now. I am currently working with a very specific person called... So... Yeah, I'm currently working with a Miss Celeste. Their family being one of the their family being somebody who helped build this town up. Why would I want to work with a group that's tearing that down? And also a group trying to smuggle weapons out from the city, potentially putting my family in danger.
All I know is you've told me multiple lies.
Look, I was told that it'd be out in the open. Proceeded, it's not in the open. So what can I do except think that he hid it in his desk or a potential safe somewhere? And if you don't believe that I was there when I saw Mr. Oliveira die, I mean, you could just ask Celeste. You could ask. Oh, you could ask my friends essentially. You could ask. Oh wait, no, Celeste wouldn't be a good option. She was too busy with work that day. It would be Sammy. No, it would be Sammy or Celeste. You can't ask Citrin because they were busy at work making the suits and everything that was ordered. But I should know because I was the driver. I know where the car is parked. I know what we did before going in that station. How we were trying to clear our names anyway. And if this documentation is leaked by police raiding here, not only will my friends and I be in danger, but the whole revelation be in danger because of everything in here leading about the revolution. Including you. And I prefer to keep the people who are fighting for something right safe.
And time. Didn't quite get through the scene, but you've given us lots to work with. How do you feel, Brian?
I love the fact that you decided to give me something different.
I thought you might appreciate that. Besides, I know all the stuff I would have used the mirror pool setting to test you on, so decided to try and to learn something new about this player, and this kind of clandestine operation help me to determine if you're good for this campaign.
Okay.
But yeah. Thank you for your audition.
Thanks
As
for
always.
coming. Good
Hey,
luck. We'll let you
I'll
know.
be happy if I make it in or not.
You're free to go do whatever it is you would like to do.
Back to the waiting room I go.
Okay.
Hey, we're all just gathered up there. We're just chatting right now. Catch you later.
All right. So, next up... Hello there, Docs.
That caught me off guard. Better than I was.
Monteron, I never loved you.
Brian Cat is crying because Magna betrayed everyone.
So
Well,
there will not be a talkie icon for them as they do not have a Discord icon, everyone, but they are here.
yep, I
That's-
am the default pink icon because I never bothered to change it. Also, I have to sing happy birthday to Mattio. Because it is his birthday, I must sing to him. Wait, can
Uh,
I sing happy birthday? Is that allowed?
Trying to earn brownie points with your proctor. I see what you're doing. I'm
No,
joking.
not really.
unfortunately, we do have
Oh, I can
limited
sing the
time.
parody of. Oh, okay. Well, let's get started then.
Go ahead and introduce your character, the basics of them.
Oh, well, his name is Locke, spelled with an E. As for why it's spelled with an E at the end, because his parents wanted to make it look fancy, but now people can tease him by saying it's Lockie. He's an athlete, out of a fencer. But it's not really much of a job, really. Can you call fencing a job? So he does like some electrical stuff on the side too. That's that is kind of the basics for his character. He's a fencer who just loves to loves, the stabbing sword.
All right, then.
Hello?
We'll turn it over to you then, Maddie.
All right, marking start time, and the elevator rumbles as you are taken down to the grandest stage of them all, the final step in your mirror pool training. As you enter the mirror pool facility, you will be met with your proctor and tested on the final skills you need to enter mirror pool as an agent. The thought of what your Digimon form may be determined to be excites you, confuses you. Who knows? Even you are unsure how you feel at the moment. But all that is cast from your mind as the doors open and you are met with a tall, lanky fellow. Dirty blonde hair, a mishmash of tactical gear, and surprisingly urban dress otherwise. Hey, you must be the new recruit. How you doing?
Oh, yes, indeed. I am the new recruit. My name is Locke. Though you probably already knew that. Or, well, it seems like it's been a really exciting experience, isn't it? I mean, with everything that has happened, you can't really blame me for being nervous or a little off. I mean,
Oh, no. Sorry, go ahead.
how else can I really, how else to explain it? There's a whole other world, and that world is filled with sentient life, and we can take form of the sentient life within the other world. So, I'm just a bit in shock, is all. But I am a fencer, and I can fight. So, who's the opponent?
Well, you see, due to the nature of Mirror Pool, it may not always be exactly that kind of test. I do hope that's okay.
Sorry. I was jumping to conclusions there. Can you really blame me for it?
No. Paramilitary corporations do usually involve a lot of fighting. But no, today you're going to be solving more of a practical puzzle. And today you're going to be having a little help. If I may introduce your brand new friend, he says, waving his arms dramatically as he approaches a wall, which recesses and opens to reveal a Labramon.
Labramon?
Whoops.
Oh, wait, I don't know what that is. Whoops. Sorry, retcon that.
I may
Oh.
have been wrong about it being a Labramon.
Yeah, it's a
Oopsies.
Dobermon.
Dobermon, sorry.
What's a Doberman? Is that like a big dog? Hold on,
Are you
How do I
asking
spell
character or
Doberman?
out of character or?
out of character.
Okay, well, first off, he is a unique form of Doberman. Basically, 9 foot tall, wolf-like creature,
Wow,
quadruped.
a big fluffy dog. Like an Irish wolfhound. That's not something you see every day.
Don't
I
call me a dog.
I apologize for if I might have insulted you.
Well, this meat's off
May
to a
I
bad start.
oh dear. Can I feel your fur? You do seem warm.
He looks at you with an incredibly incredulous look.
I don't know what incredulous means. What does that word mean?
Kind of a shocked, offended would probably be the best way to
Oh.
just explain it.
Oh, sorry. I'm still in shock about all this. We're going to be solving some kind of puzzle together, right? Well, I will be doing most of it. You're just here to assist, right? Sorry, I'm just setting boundaries right now.
I will be here to help you if you request it.
Very well then. So, what is the nature of this puzzle?
Well, you see, we already know that you are a fine combatant. This much, by your pedigree alone, is easy to see. So we're going to want to know how you can handle a social deduction test. Do you fancy yourself an investigator?
Well, murder mystery is my favorite genre of fiction, so sure, let's give it a shot then.
All right. Wonderful. Go ahead. Proceed into the next room. And Asher, please try to be less of a intimidating presence.
I will enter the room as per instructed.
If he tries to pet me, I will eat him.
Castillo will kill me. Please, Asher.
Fine.
You're not a very open-hearted individual, are you?
I do not like being treated like some common animal.
Oh,
Would you like it
sorry.
if someone came up and were like, hey, can I just pet you?
No, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I really am. So, I guess you really don't have the right to trust me then on that front. So, let's just get started then.
All right. As you step into the cold stone room, the light begins to dim somewhat, and projections create before you the visage of a hotel room. Mulling about are two very human-looking projections, and two Digimon. The loudspeakers hum to life as you are given your instructions. So, recruit, this should be fairly simple. All you are tasked with doing is figuring out which of these subjects before you is not a member of Mirror Pool. Do note that it may well be one of the human-looking creatures. It may well be one of the Digimon. As you know, we have a multitude of forms in this business. Good luck.
So the challenge is to pick the imposter. Test how
Something like
much we
that.
know about. So test how. I see. Well, I guess the first question for our group of 4 here is, who are you?
All right.
That's what I'm
Are-
asking each of the illusionary subjects.
Okay. Of your options, you have a pretty run-of-the-mill looking Guillemon, a Digimon the likes of which you hadn't seen up until this point, a strange octopus-looking creature that nonetheless has 4 legs sticking out from beneath it. In addition to those two, you have a blonde-haired man, snappily dressed in a sharp pinstripe suit and top hat, and then an older woman, kind of hunched over, hair graying, and about shoulder length. Who do you approach first?
Well, I'm more comfortable with elders, so I'll approach the old lady first.
All right. Oh, there, dearie. It's nice to meet you. Are you having a nice day? Tell me, would you like a mint?
I am having a good day, ma'am. And yes, I would like a mint. What is your name? My name is Locke.
My name is Abigail Mendoza II, but you may call me Abby.
Greetings, Abby. So, may I have that mint?
She reaches into her breast pocket, produces a mint, and drops it into your hand.
Hmm. Oh wait, hold on. I have to. Family's near, and I. 1 sec.
Okay.
So, hmm, I've just. So, Asher, I do have to ask, what do you think? What kind of questions could we ask to try and find, at the very least, who is a miracle agent? Hmm, 'cause
That
that's the
is
one thing that.
intended
No.
for you to decide.
It would be a bad idea to just straight up ask them. So maybe try and find a liar at least. So, I'll turn back to the lady and ask. So, what do you do for a job? Are you retired?
Oh, yes, I have been retired some 14 years now.
Ah, I see. How is retirement treating you?
Very poorly, son. Please, don't get old. It's for the birds.
Oh dear. So, what did you do before your retirement then?
Well, before I retired, I was something of a thrill seeker. You could often find me and my friends traveling the world, parachuting, these kinds of things.
So, you were an adventurer. What kind of areas did you like to explore then?
Oh, we love to explore exotic countrysides, the deserts of the Middle East, the plains of... Oh dear. Zim, was that you?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Sorry.
Okay. The deserts of the Middle East, the plains of Russia,
The mountains of Appalachia. It's beautiful. All of it. Even the oceans we explored in our heyday.
That sounds wonderful. Can you tell me about your friends?
I would love to, but it's unkind to speak of of those who have passed.
See, I'm sorry for your loss. Hmm. I'm drawing a blank on this person at least. So I'll go to the other human. I will explain to Asher the dog that Asher the Dojimon. Sorry, I messed up. That it's more
Sorry.
likely that the one who's faking is likely within the humans. Maybe. I'm not sure.
This is
I'm not
your test.
sorry, I was just trying to talk to someone else. Reflecting thoughts to another usually helps. So I'll go over to the other human within the room and ask you,
I
hello.
suppose I could give you at least one hint.
And sure, I'll take it.
An agent
Only
is
when you need
not
help.
an agent is not going to say that they are or were an agent at any point.
You see, that's actually a pretty big help, I would say. So I go over to the other human and ask, hello, how are you?
Hello, fine sir. I do trust you're having a good day and enjoying your stay at this fine hotel. Do tell me. I'm a very busy man. What do you need?
Oh, I was just asking other hotel guests about who they are. I like learning about how people. I'm doing a study on how people live and stuff. So I thought I should talk to the people around the hotel. So, what is your name? My name is Locke.
Oh, my name is Sir Jeffrey Harrison. I've worked at this establishment for 4 fine years. And let me say, you are the first guest who has been so charming.
Thanks for the compliment. So, how would you say that? How successful do you think your business has been?
Well, let's just say I wish I had not quit my day job.
Day job. So
Oh,
you were doing something else?
oh, sorry. Never mind about that. I am but your servant at this present time. Please, do let me know if you need anything.
I'll let you know. Hmm. What a weird slip up. Regardless, can't really say anything about who I think it is until I ask everyone. So I'll go to the one with the tentacles next. Hello there. Who are you?
The one with the tentacles lazes about, its eyes half lidded, its tentacles splayed out upon the bed that it is laid back on. Doing quite well. How are you, little buddy?
I'm fine. So, what are you doing here at this hotel?
Just relaxing. Long day.
I see. Oh, my name's Locke. What is yours?
Do I really need a name?
You can call me Octomon.
I see. So, yeah, I guess people don't really need names. Just makes some things easier.
Too true, little buddy. Too true. Hey, did you need something? You're kind of interrupting my nap.
Oh, sorry. I have a question. What do you think of the elder lady within this hotel?
Let me tell you something. I can see into those deep blue eyes of hers, and I can tell she's lived a lot of lives. Whatever that means.
I see. That's helpful. Thank you. As Locke realizes something, the hotel residents won't talk much about themselves. After all, you can't just ask them about them being an agent. But it would be easier to ask them about each other. Asher,
I
I think I know some way to proceed in this. Maybe what we need to do is ask the resident, the hotel guests, and the owner about each other. Maybe that could help. I turn back to the Octomon. What do you think of the hotel owner?
Give me just 1 second. Conferring. Okay. Awesome. So you turn to the Octomon and ask him about the hotel owner?
Yes, the other human.
Okay. The Octomon looks up at you and says, "Oh, him? Ah, I don't know that he's done a hard day's work in his life. I mean, he works here. Don't get me wrong, nice fellow. He wants to give you a hand, but I don't know. Looks like he's been at this cushy little desk for too long."
I see. One more question. What do you think of the? It was the Galmon, right? That's
Guillemon.
what. What do you think of the Guillemon?
Oh, real freak, that one. Won't speak to you, just barks. Pretty crazy.
I see. Thank you for your time. And I'll go to the Guillemon last.
It is just as the Octomon prescribed it. The Guillemon turns to face you and begins barking.
Oh,
Oh, come on, Maddie. We gotta hear you bark.
hello.
That's good.
Uh,
Sorry if I
what do you
peaked the mic
think
there.
of the? It's fine. You didn't pick the mic. What do you think of the Octomon? Hmm. And what do you think of the hotel owner? And what do you think of the elderly lady? Is that a girl?
Yep.
Hmm. Well then, thank you for your time. Well, I think I might have a... I don't know who for certain is the fake, but I have a way forward to finding it. Asking about themselves doesn't seem to go anywhere. Because, that's the point of finding a liar. So I'll return to the elder and ask her, what do you think of the hotel owner?
Oh dear. The hotel owner. Such a nice fellow. Was there something specific you wanted to know, dearie?
How long do you think he worked here?
Oh. Oh dear. That's a good question.
I've been coming here on and off for the past few years, and, well, I dare say I've seen him just about every time. Must be a while.
That's actually very helpful. So, but regardless, what do you think of the Octomon?
Fine fellow, but what's with his weird digi form? It can't be useful for combat.
Hmm, I'll think to myself. She kind of let that slip, but I wouldn't say they were an agent. What about letting it slip if they think that I'm one of them? Regardless, what do you think of the Guillemon? I mean, is that keep forgetting or something? What do you think of the Guillemon?
Oh, the Guillemon. Such a youthful spirit, but their insistence on barking at everything does get a little grating.
I see. Thank you for your time. And I'll go to the hotel manager and ask him, what do you think of the elder?
Oh, um, I really am not one to fraternize with the guests. If you need something, please do let me know.
Okay. A strange question then. Who here isn't a guest?
Oh, well, that's an easy enough question to answer. Uh, the Octomon over there, he's certainly paid for a room. How could I forget a mug like that? Um, and the nice lady over there, she certainly has checked in as well. I'm not sure where the Guillemon came from.
Then I have to say this. You think that there's a liar within this room.
Oh, son, I'm quite sure there is.
But how do you know?
Hmm, that's a good question. You should ask your dog friend.
Mm, in a way, I am stumped by this. But his hint did say that the fake would be the one who would let something slip. In a way, saying something
Asher
like,
just raises a brow.
you said before, didn't you? That the fake would never say anything that they wouldn't say that they were an agent. But does the same hold true for letting slip another agent's identity? According to the old lady, the Octomon is an agent. But if we can. But that's necessarily not a lie itself. According to this trial, the only thing here, the what we know is the lie is that their own identity as an agent is a lie. But that doesn't necessarily mean that what they say is a lie either. When you ask everyone about each other, the only one that lets anything slip is the old lady.
I hate to call this because I've loved witnessing your beautiful minds moment in real time, but we are
I
actually
was
a little
wrong.
over on our time here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're
Thinking.
good.
Mm,
Uh, I
in that way, The
No,
Octomon and the Guilmon are likely to be our real agents. And
No, sorry.
considering what your hint was, what Asher's hint was,
Please let Maddie
Well,
finish.
What I was meaning is I'm gonna go ahead and call the audition here.
oh,
Yeah.
I
You-
do have one question. Was it the
Sure.
old lady who was the fake?
I will explain that behind closed doors, mainly because I'm sure there are holes in my explanation, and the chat will poke them. But yeah, the point of this exercise was not to not to
See if I
pass
was
the
right or
scenario.
wrong, but rather
Yeah, just
see what I would do. In this
just
case,
feel you out as a player. Yeah.
well, I hope I did well with that. Tried to think it through.
How do you
But
feel?
it is likely, well, I actually feel good. I actually came to this with very much nerves, but I feel decent about my chances. But anyways, I do think that the old lady is the fake.
I'll tell you later. But thank you for auditioning.
All right. Thank you so much
Yep.
for having me.
You are free to go
Bye.
wherever you'd like.
I'll go back to the waiting room. We're all in there.
We're not bringing you all back in, just so it's known. Alright, let's see who's next. Next up would be... Kenku!
Alright. Hello.
Ninku.
Hello. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character quickly, and we'll get into it.
Hello. I'm William Kanker Swiftfoot. As you probably know from Last Hope and Shale. No, not in that form yet. I needed to work on concept because I came into it not thinking about what the I'd missed the original concept note. So but at least in my head, head at least right now, he's gonna be a bit of a words. His name is Kenneth, or Kenny we'll go with, and as a nickname, and he'll be more of a technical person on the software side, I guess is the best way to put it, or code side, and a bit of a gamer at the same time.
Very nice to get to know you better, Kenku. You ready to begin?
Yep.
All right. Strange tramway that you've been put on is leading you to a place that you know only as the grandest stage. The place where you will be tested for your skills in any number of things, including investigation, deduction, combat. Hell, even your own physical and mental fortitude may need feeling out here. Truth is, you don't know what lies ahead. But as the tram stops and you are let out onto a dusty gravel terrain, outdoors, not how you thought Mirapool would conduct their tests, but however. You are met with a very heavy-duty military guard standing there with a very high-tech looking baton in hand. Soldier, welcome.
Thank you for having me, he says, and bows a little.
Now, I'm going to shoot straight with you. We know your physical prowess. Your marks are commendable in all the physical tests and in combat training. So today, we're just going to skip that part. Today, we want to learn how you strategize. For that, you are going to be conducting a team of 2 other operators. One, he says, gesturing to his left, is our good friend Jacob Davis. He will be serving as a hybrid Arachnamon. If you do not already know, Arachnamon possesses many of the abilities you associate with a spider, but done up a little bit. And to my right, our friend Asher. I'll let him introduce himself.
I am Asher, the Doberman. I am quite skilled in many different areas.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Asher. What do you say is your greatest strengths? Just out of curiosity.
Combat, healing, and general technology.
And I will nod. Look to Jacob. May I ask the same of you, just so I can to better I have an idea of how we're going about this.
Well, in combat, I'm not really much to speak of. I'm usually more of the stealthy hacker type, but I guess that's part of your test, huh?
Guessing so.
Anyways, like he said, most of my abilities are those you'd relate to, a spider. I can
Right.
spin webs, and I have a venom that I can excrete.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, soldier, do you have any questions before we begin?
Guess a good question to ask is, are we starting with any equipment in this?
Of course. The storeroom holds what we believe to be your preferred set of equipment. Of course, you are but the tactician in this situation. You won't be doing combat, so please refrain from entering the room yourself. I'll go ahead and give you your combat scenario. Your squad is overrun, outnumbered by, let us say, less than Digimon opponents. It would seem you have upset a modern military government, and they are after you. Again, you are facing human enemies with modern weaponry. You've got your work cut out for you, soldier.
Let's see. Situation on the ground?
Situation on the ground. You'll hold up in an apartment complex. You are at the end of a long corridor, at the end of which lies the lobby. This is where you and your compatriots find themselves. Soldiers will be coming at you from all sides. There is one door, one set of double doors. To go back, a corridor to your front, and any number of rooms at your sides. Now, tell them how to suit up, and we'll get them on the training field.
Guess in that case, Asher, do you have a preferred way of suiting up? I guess the good question there, or combat strength.
My strengths are more, ranged in nature. I don't really utilize gear much, but I can when I need to.
Jacob, I would say largely. Well, knowing what you've said and thinking on it, I would say gear up more for a I guess for a stealth style, may as well make it easier for you to sneak through if need, and also to be able to set ambush to ambush what is coming.
Would
After
you?
I
Sorry, go ahead.
no go
Would you rather I started in my human form or as an arachnamon?
which in this situation do you think you would be, able to better perform in human form or in digi form?
Well, to be honest, my digiform is quite big. If you want me to go stealth, I should probably stay a human for now.
So maybe that's the better. That is true. That kind of throws off the. I guess as for the moment, stay human unless it's left stuff breaks down, or I guess the need of uh, disabling opponents if the webbing is able to. As for Ash, I guess if you already use gear, I would get something range set or and possibly some if they have it, some flashbangs if it's any good to disable or push back oncoming.
Are you wanting me in human or Digimon form? It's a
Digimon
little...
form is up. That's the size issue again.
No, it's
Yep.
more a bit difficult to utilize a flashbang with pause.
This is true. This is true. This is true. Never mind then. I I would say gear up for what's suited for or what can be suited for your digiform. I figured that would be the better in this situation. Sorry for that. And that's what I can think on it right now.
All right. See you on the battlefield, soldier, Jacob said, saluting Asher.
He will raise a paw and
Yes.
head for it.
Okay. Oh, he will fall in a frick. I did that.
Once the stage is set, it is just as the commander said. You are set in a lobby, 2 double doors behind you, 4 rooms on either of your sides, and a long corridor out front. The desk and reception area is to your front right corner, and a general concessions to the front left. All right, soldier. Here on in, you're going to be playing a very, very high stakes game of paintball. Remember, these are not live rounds, but your acceptance may depend on how this mission goes. So stay sharp.
Okay.
And with that, you'll blow a whistle, and you can hear the footsteps straight away.
Jacob, head to the left room, set for cover. Asher to the right. We'll see if we can get a read on who's coming in and what we can what sort of coverage there is to start. What we can pick apart to start. I guess I'll duck in with Asher on the right room for the moment. Unless I'm not on the field itself, and I got confused there.
No, you have an overview of the
Okay.
of the battlefield.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I just yeah. All right, anyway.
All right. Jacob will stack up on the left side and wait to see if Asher does the same. On his side, of course.
Asher will go to the right and kind of take a ready pose.
All right. Jacob, in an effort to suss out the presence of enemies, pulls a small cell phone from his pocket, opens the camera function, and very gently, very slowly, peers the camera around the corner, angling the screen so he can view. He radios in. We've got 3 stacking up on doors to the corridor. Please advise.
So, on one side, or split between them.
Sorry, the corridor is just straightforward all the way down a barren hallway.
Oh, I thought there was more doors on the way down. I misunderstood. Sorry. Oh, okay.
No worries.
Sorry. um. Cannibal said, what is Can? Hmm. Sorry, thinking off the top of my head a minute. Is it just one group across, or is it like one leading others?
Appears to be 1 shield leading 2 infantry.
Actually, do you think you can barrel the shield into the others?
I could do that.
All right, take a run at it, Jacob. Tag it if you got something to tag them if they try to maneuver out of the way. Go ahead with it. Else just keep overwatch for Asher.
Copy. Ready to move when you are, Asher.
Asher will make his move, barreling into the shield, pushing them back.
All right. Asher, as you clash with the front shield, you manage to knock the front man off of his feet into the 2 infantrymen behind him. Both of the men fall prone, awaiting your mock attack to eliminate them. However, one of the infantrymen manages to regain his footing and point his mock weapon directly at you.
Any response from Jacob at this point?
What were your orders for Jacob? Just so I'm clear.
Overwatch was basically me needs to respond to something attacking Asher.
Copy. Okay. I misunderstood. Sorry.
No worries.
Jacob, in this case, is going to rush the man who's still standing and divert the gun to give Asher time to deal with the other 2.
Okay.
Asher will dispatch the 2.
All right. After 2 mock blows with your claws, both of your training buddies feign death, leaving you to deal with Jacob, who has been kicked aside and hit with 1 such paintball. That said, his contact now has his back to you, Asher.
Asher will take out the remaining one and utilize his, partially utilize his healing move, but, no need to actually use it.
Of course.
Provided it's not a fatal wound, you know.
No. Just a land, one landing to the
one
hip
moment.
would have passed right through in real life. Go ahead.
Okay, repeat that. My headset cut out for some reason.
No worries. One of those abdomen shots up near the hip would have passed right through in real life, probably not damaging anything significant.
Alright, then yeah. Heal move should be fine.
Kenny grins a little at that. Hoping it wouldn't get. I guess it to get the situation a little better, but. Okay.
Steal your nerve, Sergeant. That was the easy one. Prepare for an attack from all sides.
Right. Is there not? There's no. So looking from there, I think the best would be to cut it up from all sides. I mean, are they coming from between the doors behind us?
That's right.
Mm. Hmm. Hmm. You guys have anything that could strike them all at once, or at least push them back to try to cut? Or actually, no. That's silly. Actually, do you think do you think you have a way to cut that you could blow through if they all are charging at the same time? Actually, thought about it. They would grab the shield. Actually, come to think of it, and maybe perhaps we can try to break through. Maybe perhaps we can break through that way. Hello.
You get all that, Asher?
Yep.
Okay.
So the other Jacob's grabbing the shield, and
If the exhibit's covered from all sides, there's no easy way. Hey, because heading back to the room doesn't do much good, I think, because that leads just overload. Try so as they start to enter, try to break through the way to the entrance before any of the others are ready to try to clear the leading with the shield possibly, or Asher, if Asher thinks he can make it through easily. Possibly using the shield back if that's not the case.
so you want me to go out the door?
I think that is the door. You mean heading? I believe the goal is to reach the lobby. So the thought that if you believe you can break through the front without getting hit, then you can lead. Else, I would say have Jacob lead with the shield as you just try to break them through the front. If there's a way to do without or if you think you can blast them out before they can respond, and then.
One sec. My headset is really on the fritz today. 1 second.
No worries.
I also need to ask them about time after this.
Okay, hopefully it's good now.
Okay.
I restarted it. Correct me if
How we
I'm
doing
wrong,
on-
but the task was to basically survive.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was to escape.
Well, escape is survival.
Rival.
All right. Well, if that's the route you want us to take.
I think at this point, it's better chance than because the only other option I see is basically holding up in the room, and that's, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say escape. It is. Asher, if you think you can get through without being heavily injured, then I would have Jacob lead with a shield and work out as you try to break them through the way out if possible.
Unfortunately, I'm a bit too big to really hide behind the shield, but I could try and push my way through, if those are what you wish for me to do.
If you think you can, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I suppose we're going with this. Asher's leading the way through the door.
All right. Describe the urgency with which you pass through the doorway.
Probably going to wait until they're about to go through and then burst through himself. And basically, flailing claws and teeth.
All right. So, as 4 more people stack up on the doors to the corridor proper, Jacob, shield in tow, and having procured a mock gun off one of the downed training partners, will give you the signal to go on ahead when you're ready.
He's going.
All right. The doors fling open, absolutely clobbering and indeed knocking out 2 of your training partners the hard way. You can hear an audible grunt from the commander as this happens. A bit rough for a training demonstration, but he's got the spirit. Meanwhile, a third person is knocked off of their feet, while the other, seeming to have seen you coming, has backed up and is preparing to return fire. Once again, Jacob to the rescue is putting the shield between him and you. How do you proceed?
Dispatching the one after they fire on the shield, and dispatching the other one that got knocked off their feet.
All right. This time, with no real leverage to push back, Jacob is able to maintain control of the shield and keep the man effectively pinned down, while you dispatch the one that lies on the ground and turn to do the next. Your long reach makes it very easy to attack him past the shield and past Jacob. And with that, the sergeant blows the whistle and says... the commander blows the whistle and says, "Good job, recruits. Get back up here and we'll prep for debrief." And that is where I'm going to go ahead and end this audition.
Sweet.
How you feel?
I wish I hadn't coughed, but outside of that, pretty good. I think I did decently there.
Yeah, I noticed on your application, you really seem to like the game aspect of these ttrpgs and combat and stuff. So I thought I'd give you kind of a fitting challenge.
Cool. That's, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We'll let you know what we decide on that. You are free to go.
Alrighty. Talk to you guys later.
See ya.
See you around, buddy.
We got 2 more. Next up is KipCap.
Hi, give me a moment. I was just adjusting my audio.
As I
There's
forgot
two
that I
Gib
had I was using GibGab for setting things up earlier.
Okay, that should be better. Hi.
Hello. There we go.
Oh. Okay.
Welcome in, GibGab. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm GipGab, or Gabby. I will likely be playing a... Sorry, give me a moment, actually. I'm regarded with the yoink. I want to play a character that's relatively chipper, relatively upbeat, is looking to try to find a bit more meaning in life, is not necessarily discontent, but just wants something more, is looking to explore these kinds of opportunities. But they are relatively happy to stay within the confines of society. They're a bit of a little naive, a little too trusting for their own good sometimes.
All right. You ready to get started?
Yep.
Okay. So, you arrive to the grandest stage of them all on a shuttle bus of all things. You had expected that this would be the final test of your Grandois training to enter the esteemed Mirror Pool Agency, and yet this doesn't feel like a training exercise at all. I mean, you were encouraged to come dressed in your street clothes to what, for all intents and purposes, appears to be a meeting with two of the higher-ups. As you arrive at the training center, you step in to find two people awaiting you. One, a squat, hefty woman with long, cascading white hair, deep blue eyes, and an outfit that looks like it was meant for degrees for temperatures much colder than where she is now. Alongside her is one Asher.
Tall, human, redhead.
Okay. I'm gonna obviously immediately give a little like nod, stretch out a hand. Hello. I believe I've come here for more training.
Enoch, Chapoga. My name.
Says the woman as she extends a hand to you and shakes yours vigorously.
Very eager handshake. Yes, I'm gonna return it. Just like yes.
This, your partner, Asher.
Pleasure to meet you as well. I'm Gabby. Also gonna stretch
Good
out a
luck,
hand towards Asher.
meat. He will shake the hand, a crushing grip.
Yep, pleasure to meet you. Yep, likewise. As soon as you let it go, he like grabs the hand back and it's just like it's like gently holds it as that out.
You, mission. You, agent test.
Mm-hmm. What's the test?
She will turn and whisper something into Asher's ear. Asher, I'm going to send this to you now. You can convey it however you like.
Just waiting for the message.
Sorry.
You're fine.
There you go. Would you say that's fitting for Gab's application?
100%. Asher sighs and rolls his eyes, looking at her. You realize that this is supposed to be an actual test, right?
Good test. Big test. Most important, real test.
Okay, well, fine. There is a box in an office inside the building that has... You need to steal a key card from the commander, get into his office, and take the box back. I will be here to assist in whichever way you request. I am not here to do your job for you or to make decisions for you. I am here to assist.
Okay, and this is like a test. Like this is all already prepared. I won't get in trouble for this, right? So you said steal, and that's already a little worrisome, right?
Enoch looks nervously in Asher's direction.
Hey, if this goes bad, you're taking the fall.
No fair. He no punish you.
Well, I'm good at what I do. What can I say? But no bad, nothing will happen to you if anything goes wrong.
Perfect. And I want to make sure, we're still in the test, so it'd be terrible if, something really bad was to happen. Then I suppose, who is this commander? Where can I find him?
Commander Darian Castillo. He entertaining guests today. Second floor, ballroom. Can't miss it.
Oh,
I can at least show you around to where he's at and where the office is.
yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. Suppose we can head over to the ballroom immediately. More information we get on it, better. Yeah, let's go ahead. Thank you very much.
Good luck, recruit.
Asher is going to give another withering glare at Enoch before leading the way to the ballroom.
And I'm gonna follow.
All right. Whether you take the stairs or the elevator, you find your way into this big grand wall ballroom where one Darian Castillo is busy dancing the afternoon away with all manner of guests, both from Mirapool itself and foreign dignitaries. It seems he's having a grand old time. The keycard that you need, however, is not visible on his person. This will be your first challenge.
Oh dear. All right.
I can assure you that it is at least on his person, even if it is not visible.
How to steal a key card when we don't even know where it is? That's going to be the first challenge. Okay. There's a lot of people around. That's a lot of attention that can be drawn. I mean, the easiest way to deal with this would probably be to draw away attention or to get into a secluded place. But I don't know how viable either of those would be. I mean, the easiest option would always be to, just go up to and ask, but I don't think that's gonna be viable here, so, Hmm. How crowded is the ballroom?
Very, very crowded.
And are there a lot of people around the guy?
Given that this is the man everyone, seeks to make happy at an event like this, he does have a majority of the room's attention.
Hmm. What are the chances I could pickpocket someone without being noticed?
Okay, since we're not exactly in a position to do Scar's version of an ability check here, I'll say that if you create a situation that is advantageous for you to do that, you will succeed.
Okay, first things first would be I'm just start to like walk around, try to mingle a little. Not necessarily doing anything in particular. At most, probably like pulling out a phone or something just to kind of dissimulate. I kind of want to walk around the crowd a bit. Try to see if I might be able to spot where he might be keeping the card.
All right. You examine his person head to toe from all angles as he gracefully dances about with all manner of people from all walks of life. There is a slight indent in his left pants pocket, and a similar faint indent in his right breast pocket.
Can never be easy. I mean, if he's dancing, is there a chance I could go up to him for a dance?
Is that your plan?
Yeah, so basically I want to see if I can maybe try to start dancing around, try to get a even if just a few moments of dance with him, being passed around like between partners. And I'm gonna see if I can pickpocket the one in his pocket. On the breast, because that would be a little obvious, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to fit into the crowd pretty gracefully when joining the dance. Many people all having a good time, dancing energetically, and speaking to one another in hushed tones between songs. You do eventually manage to get the individual attention of one Darian Castillo, who gladly accepts a dance with you. In one of his many flourishing, spinny moves, you have ample time and ample lack of attention to pickpocket his left pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And you return with a wallet.
Damn it, I figured. God damn it. Of course, I was gonna be the one in the breast pocket. I mean, if I have a chance, what's inside the wallet?
In Inside the wallet is Darian Castillo's own ID, as well as roughly $700 in cash.
I'm gonna look at Asher and go, I assume this ID is not what I need, right?
I'm guessing no.
No.
Okay. He just shakes his head.
Is there any chance you take $700 to take it from him?
Are you suggesting that we steal money from the commanding officer?
No, but I do have a better idea. Probably what I could do in this case would be pretend to return the wallet and then try to pickpocket the other one.
All right.
Um, actually, really quick as a side note, is this guy recognizable? Actually, to Asher. So just a question: what is this guy like being recognized for? Like, who is he? What does he do?
I'll cover this one.
Okay.
He is basically the agency head of Mirrorpool. The CEO of this agency, as it were.
I assume there are people taking pictures with him, right?
Oh yes.
Okay, I think I have an idea. Hey, Asher, so
no.
would you be willing to take a picture with me and him? I'm gonna just, I'm gonna return his wallet. I guess it might have fallen out while we were dancing. Yeah, just take a picture with me and him. And he pulls out his phone.
Sure.
And there you go. That's gonna be my second distraction. I'm just gonna go up to him. Sorry, you might have dropped this. And could you mind if I take a picture with you? And then I'm gonna try to pickpocket it there.
Yeah. What an honest fellow. You really could have just walked off with this, you know. Thank you. He'll put it back in his pocket and say, and sure, I guess I could give you at least a photo after that. Come here.
Yeah. I was gonna like strike one of those like a little of a wild pose, totally not, moving the hand right over where he wants to grab something. Totally not gonna take advantage of the camera flash he might have left on purpose.
Yeah. Castillo seems totally oblivious to all of this as he throws an arm over your shoulder and does a very expressive peace sign for the camera. When the phone is returned to you, you are now in possession of the key card you sought.
Well, it's gonna walk off to the side a bit. Phone, look through the picture. Totally not gonna place that if on any job seeking profile he might have. That'll be for later.
I thought you were applying for a job here.
Oh, assuming I don't get it, but I think I will. After all, this reinforces the lesson I've learned my entire life. It's not good to take the easy way out. You always want to take the hard way out. It's always more work to take the easy way out. But yeah. Where is his office that we might need to
This way.
Who's gonna follow?
Asher will lead the way to the office.
And since we are strapped for time, I'll go ahead and cut to the end, the punchline to this big joke. You managed to get into the office, and without being noticed, as is expected of an agent of Mirrorpool. And you find that the box you've been tasked with receiving was a box of rations that was taken from Enoch as punishment for some failure in action. When returned to Enoch, Enoch happily and greedily begins munching on what must now be a day-old ham sandwich, and emphatically tells you that you've passed your test.
Behind Enoch's back, there is a little face palm in his eye.
Oh no, not behind. Right in front of her.
You know what? Sure, just well, at least it wasn't dangerous. I thought I'd be risking my life.
Oh no, you did. You risked your life. Make no mistake.
Wait, what?
Anyways,
you think the commander of this military organization would take kindly to be discovering he was being robbed?
I mean, you didn't realize, so is it really dangerous?
Anyways, thank you for your audition. How do you feel?
In character, out of character. Out of character, I assume.
out of character.
I was expecting to be one of the first ones, or like in middle of the pack. I wasn't expecting to be one of the last ones. I'm very good at handling with like my anxiousness short term. So like the longer it dragged on, the more I kept having to like mute and go listen to music to chill out. And you caught me right in the middle of starting a zombies match, so I was just like, oh no.
Well, thank you for the audition and application. We'll let you know what we decide.
Of course. Well, I'll head back into the waiting room because we have the social culture of heading back. I know you're very confused about it, but look, it's just cool. The vibes are just good there, you know?
Okay.
Hey, I'm glad.
Enjoy the
I'm glad
magazines,
wanna
I
keep
guess.
along.
You should join us later.
All right, and last but not least, hello, Raharu.
Hello there. How are you two?
Very good. How are you?
Pretty good. Can't believe I'm actually the last one, but yeah.
The dice
So
decided.
Yep. How are we gonna do this?
All right. Let's see. Let me have a brief read over your application again.
Okay.
Uh,
Kotramon. Hi, Ido.
All right. Let's see. Did I do that through my brand account last time? Never mind. I found it. Awesome.
Okay.
All right. Time of start. Let's go ahead and call it 9:39 so you get a full extra minute. Use it well. So you find your way on the elevator down to the grandest stage, the final training stage to enter the agency that is Mirrorpool. When you arrive at the bottom floor, the doors swing open as if on hinges. It's a very strange occurrence to behold. Inside is a very sharply dressed man wearing a nearly full white suit, blue regalia over his shoulders, and an almost crown-like iron loop over his head. He gives you a smile and raises a hand, indicating friendliness.
I would respond with a respectful bow.
New recruit, yes?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Very fine to meet you. My name is Darian Castillo. How are you today?
I am fairly well. I am ready for whatever it is to come.
All right. Well, first, let me just say it is a pleasure to meet you. Secondly, you are going to have a partner for this test.
Oh.
Please, let me introduce you to my good friend Asher, he says, turning and gesturing towards a wall which recesses and splits open to reveal the Asher.
He is in his Doberman form as his preferred state. And just pads in and sits next to Castillo. He is a very large wolf-like creature and very much towers over you, but does not say anything.
Oh. Well, hello there. It's a pleasure to meet you, Asher. I see you're in a Digimon form.
I prefer this form, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You should be careful not to rely on that form too often, Asher. You know what may happen if you do.
Yes, yes, I know.
But yours is one of my proudest transformations. And what a good boy you wound up being, he says, raising hands to either side of your muzzle and rubbing it.
Asher does not look pleased.
Anyhow, have you thought about what form might best suit you?
What form may suit me the best? Well, when it comes to Digimon that I know of the most, I know of Gilmon and Gabumon myself.
Privileged information. Much of the known world doesn't know about Digimon yet.
Ah,
How did you come across this?
hmm. Ah, one moment.
Never mind. It really is none of my business. Are you ready to proceed to your test?
Yes.
Wonderful. Right this way, please. And he walks you towards the back wall, which he places his hand upon. It recesses, then splits open to reveal a pitch dark room. Welcome to my room. The vault, as they call it.
Is this where all the tests happened?
No. Yours is a different case.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'm entering the room, looking around.
Now, please, have a seat, he says, gesturing to the floor in front of him.
Yeah,
One. I
I
don't
proceed to
know.
do so.
Okay, what I miss? My headset cut out for like the last 20 seconds.
Oh,
Darian Castillo asked Raharu's character to sit on the floor.
yeah.
Okay.
Now, close your eyes, open your mind, and be freed to the energy that is around you. Tell me, what brings you here?
Hmm. I am simply looking to be helpful in some way. I heard about this energy and the way that you guys help people, and I was hoping to be of some use.
I see. Now, a different question. What do you believe drives others to join our ranks?
Hmm. I suppose it could be it could be many different things. It could be they could be seeking some sort of glory. It may be what it may be the pay. There might be people that also want to help, like myself.
He lays his palm face down on the ground before Raharu's character. What was your character's name again?
Ah, if I go, I was it'd be Charles.
Charles. Okay. He lays his hand face down on the floor in front of Charles, and a ring of blue light apparates around it. Wisps begin floating from around the hand up towards the ceiling. He opens his eyes, now glowing blue themselves, and says, "Now, open your eyes. Your task is simple. Collect 5 orbs before they can float to the ceiling. Do you feel it can be done?"
Of course it can be done. It might be difficult, but I'm sure it can be done.
He nods and keeps his hand pressed to the ground and says, "Then your test begins now."
Okay, I'm observing the way that the bubbles are moving.
All right. The little orbs of light floating towards the ceiling do not behave much differently than soap bubbles, floating in tame but random directions.
Okay, I'm reaching towards the nearest one.
All right. You grab at the first one, and it bursts in your hands, flowing up your arm, following the path of your veins, and enlightening you with this blue energy. He smiles and says, "There's one."
How does it feel for the energy to be running through my body?
It is... How do I put this? It's a tingling but pleasant warmth.
Mm.
Imagine... do you drink? Never mind, don't answer that.
I don't actually.
Okay, damn. So that wouldn't have worked anyways. But yeah, it's just a pleasant tingling warmth.
No, yeah, I get it. Well, I'm going to reach another with my other hand.
All right. Though you cup your hand over this one pretty deftly, giving it nowhere to move, alas, it slips through your fingertips and continues to float upward.
Hmm.
Do not forget you have a partner present. They can aid you however you wish.
Hey Asher, are you capable of moving the bubbles towards me, or preventing them from going any higher?
Asher will move over and try blowing down from above.
All right. The bubble that had previously slipped through Charles' hand is easily blown back in his direction, and the moment it touches him, it too is absorbed into his being, following the path of his veins up his shoulder and further onto his neck this time. There's 2.
Ah, I noticed. I don't exactly have to grab them. I just need to touch them. Hmm. Where are the other 3 bubbles? I'm trying to look for them.
Okay, there are more than 3 bubbles to be collected. It's just a steady stream of them coming up from the floor.
Okay. So, I'm trying to reach for another. See how it reacts.
All right. Just like the last one, it slips through your fingers like quicksilver.
I'm going to try and touch it again with my hands and see what happens.
All right. No matter which of your hands you try to touch it with, the result is the same.
Okay. Hey Asher, could you help me here? I need some support.
How do you want me to help?
Toss me so that I can kick one of these bubbles.
He will bite on the back of your shirt. Hopefully it's a sturdy material, and tries to lift you up and toss you.
Yep. And with one of my legs, I'm going to try and burst one of the bubbles.
The third bubble bursts on contact with your leg. And the same familiar warmth and glow runs up to your hip. Castillo smiles broadly and says, "Can you feel it? It's awakening within you. Your
Yes,
Digimon form, your true self."
Yes, I do feel it. Okay, one more time. Now with the other leg. Please, Asher, help me out here.
He will sigh and swing you the other way.
Yep. And I'm swinging with my other leg just like the last time.
This time, as your leg makes contact with the bubble, it simply floats to one side.
Not some. The legs count as one. Both of my arms count as one. Okay. One more time. But this time, I'm going to try and headbutt one of the bubbles.
Castillo watches on as you headbutt one of the bubbles, bursting it and absorbing the energy into your head. He says, "That is a new one. No one's ever tried that. Good job. It's almost there now. I can feel it. Yearning for the surface. Please, awaken it. Absorb the last bit of energy."
Yeah. On the last bubble, I'm basically trying to hug the last bubble so that it makes contact with my torso. This is the last part of his body that hasn't been touched.
All right. It seems nevertheless that the bubble is resistant to being affected by your arms.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. This is a bit hard. Trying to think. Wait, Asher, could you help me by pushing one of the bubbles against me? Is that allowed?
He'll attempt to push one towards
Charles.
Charles. With his nose.
Oh, that's adorable. As you push the bubble on from your nose to Charles.
Yeah, while Asher is pushing the bubble towards me, I'm basically trying to not let all the other leads that have already touched the bubble near the bubble. If that makes sense.
I gotcha. And as the bubble strikes your chest, the energy is absorbed much more slowly this time, as the energy takes your core much, much, much slower and more methodically than it entered your limbs. Castillo nods and says, "There it is, rising to the surface, becoming real. This is the magic of Mirror Pool." Charles, I'll ask you once more, close your eyes, open your mind, and let the energy flow through you.
Charles is going to sit down on the floor once again and close his eyes to do once again what they did at the beginning.
And soon the transformation begins. It's not as painful as you expected, feeling your bones, your muscles, your ligaments shift in place, changing shapes and sizes. Your head at once feeling 2 sizes too large, and then very small, and then back again. The feeling of fur or scales or feathers pushing outward. It's hard to tell. After all, your eyes are closed. Be there a tail, extraneous limbs, horns? Who knows? But soon, just as suddenly as it began, it's all over. Castillo smiles, nods to Asher, then turns his head back to Charles and says, "It is done. Welcome to your true self." And
Whoa.
that's where I'm ending that audition.
Nah, that was interesting.
How do you feel, Raharu?
Oh, I think that went pretty well. Although, do forgive me for that blunder at the beginning. I forgot that Digimon are not well known in this scenario.
It's okay. It wasn't a test.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, but also not.
Well, yeah, so it was a test, but not on the facts of the setting.
Yeah. Still, though, it was my bad, so I just want to apologize. But I like that scenario. That went pretty cool. How do you think of my solutions to this?
We will tell
So-
the results later.
Fair.
Just like with everyone else.
Fair enough.
True. I should not bias scoring by talking about things now.
Fair.
But yeah, thank you for the audition. We'll
Mhm.
let you know what we decide.
All right. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for having me here.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
All right. Does that conclude auditions, or?
That is everyone for the auditions, yes. So
Woo.
let me go ahead and wrap up this recording. Thank you everybody for joining us today for this tabletop prep stream where we did some auditions, as well as art at the beginning. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, picking up packs of cards to stream loots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or by subscribing to us over on Streamloots as well as YouTube. But for now, thank you so much for joining, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.